believe me, just watch.
We're back on the Morning Brew. This is great. We have Alicia Lubaras Maldonado here along with Soledad Hindi. Good to see you guys again.
Good to see you.
Good to be here.
We're just talking about how last year you were on the show and you were talking about, I want to say it's the same play, but it's a similar play with the same name might be a better way to describe it, because you were saying you edited it and it's kind of been reworked since last year, right?
That's right. Yeah. So we were talking about that. Last year we premiered the play at the National Hispanic Cultural Center as part of their Siembra Latino Festival.
Right, which is their big theater festival. Every
which
spring.
has become really popular.
Absolutely.
And so last year when we were putting up the play, we were literally writing it before we were going to perform it.
So wait, how did you sell them on this play that you hadn't even finished writing yet? And how did you get actors together to do it?
Well, they know our work. So
Okay.
we're
They
both
know our
members of Las Mega Nenas, which is a Latina theater troupe here in Albuquerque.
Right.
And we've performed our play Rio de Lágrimas in the past. And so they know our work. They know that we put up quality productions. And so
Right.
they
So
really
they
had a lot of,
trusted you,
they
they-
trusted us.
They trusted us.
And it ended up going really well. We sold out many shows and had a great response.
Well, that's because everybody saw you guys in the Morning Brew.
Exactly.
And when
That's
they said
it.
that, we saw them on the Morning Brew. They must be good.
Yes.
You better go see this.
So we went back last year to the play and really just looked at it and spent some time editing it and revising pieces.
Isn't it amazing once you see something and then you know, as a writer myself, I look back and I'm like, something I wrote 2 weeks ago, I'm like, I should have done that better. I should have.
Right, right.
Did you have that experience, or was it just that after you did it last year, you knew it was 10 minutes too long or something?
Both.
We knew it was like 30 minutes too long.
Both, and I think it was. Then we had some new actors that came into the play, and so that sort of changes things up a little bit too. And we added more music, which is a big component to the piece, and that gave us a year's time, gave us some time to play with a lot of things that we could add or remove.
So this is the newer and more improved
Absolutely.
version of it.
Absolutely.
And then you brought a scarf or
It's a tea towel.
It's a tea
actually.
towel.
Tea towel, or as we call them, trapos in my
trapo.
family.
Kind of a rag.
Right? But this one has a very cool printed design on it, and it's got the word Monsanto on the bottom,
Yes.
and that goes along with the theme in the play. Am I right?
Right.
Because the play is encouraging people to eat locally grown food, not genetically modified foods from giant food producers, right?
Exactly. And that's from a company called Mother Trucking Teas. It's a local company, and the artist is Liz Roberts. And so some of these local artists are going to be selling their things at the festival, particularly things that relate to the play and our ideas.
Native seeds, agricultural traditions.
Right.
And really quickly, too, some folks that have been really helping us and have been super supportive are Chris Perkins and the folks with March Against Monsanto, which is going to be it's turning into an annual march, and it's going to come up in May.
Okay.
And so they are hosting our talk back after the Sunday show on March 13th.
Right.
Right.
So they'll be there to hand out information on GMOs and what you can do to sort of make sure you're eating good, healthy food and supporting local agricultural traditions.
Excellent. Well, you guys are probably watching as we were talking about the guys having the event at the Southern Economic Development Center, which is doing a lot of this work too.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So how did you guys come to this play? I mean, take me back, because I know you guys were on before talking about it last year, but how did you get inspired to do this one? What was it about these stories? Because I know the stories from Northern Mexico, the stories about Tierra Maria up north.
Well, I think that's part of it. I mean, part of it is wanting to talk about traditions here in New Mexico, not just about agriculture, but about the people, their language, and we're both native New Mexicans. And so it was a matter of starting at a place where we could bring stories, and that's where the idea of the Chupacabra Cantina came. This is a place that not only do we want to do this story, but future stories in New Mexico to talk about things that are happening not only in New Mexico, but kind of around the globe, and how that looks in New Mexico. So
Right.
that's how the idea began, and we now are thinking of doing other versions of the Chupacabra Cantina with other themes.
Cool.
I
Very
mean, if
cool.
you could imagine, so
'Cause
in
it's
this,
Cheers. essentially, but you can use that as a platform
Exactly.
for almost
Exactly.
anything.
It's our new venue now to talk about anything we want to
Issues
talk
we
about.
want to raise.
Right. Well, one of my favorite things to do is go to the Cantina and solve the
There you
problems
go.
of the world.
Yes.
Right? And this is your chance to do it in a theater setting.
Yes, exactly.
That's very cool. So what are some of the other things? This one's about genetically modified foods, but what are some of the other issues you
So
might
we were
want to tackle?
talking. I mean, it might be kind of fun. Imagine if a group of refugees came into the cantina
Right.
seeking asylum, and what might happen
Yeah.
in the cantina. What would the reaction be from the community? Who might be their patrons and
they're
the people that are helping them? In this one, we've got a couple of anti-GMO nuns from the Church of Laredo in Santa Fe that come into the cantina,
Right.
teaching the primas about GMOs and whatnot. So who might be the people that bring in
The refugees.
the refugees?
Yeah.
What might that look like? So there's just a lot of issues, global issues that have a local impact as well. And so
Very
what
cool.
might that look like?
I sense a franchise here.
yes.
A whole series of Chupacabra Cantina plays. That would be fun.
Imagine, and we can have like Chupa beer.
Huh?
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like the land of breweries now. So there
Yeah,
might be
right,
like the Chupa
right.
Chupa
Right.
brew.
Right.
Who knows?
You have and then every play can have like a themed beer. It'd be all kinds of stuff. And this one's made with only locally made corn or something.
Exactly.
Local hops, all that great stuff. You can incorporate so much into it, and that's a cool idea. So remind us when the play is actually going to be shown.
So
and
we
where.
open March 10th through the
Okay.
13th, and then 17th through the 20th at the North 4th Theater down
the Ian Fourth.
near 4th and Griegos.
Right.
That's a great room.
Yeah. So we have 8 performances
Great.
in total.
Great.
And we're super excited to be there.
Sounds good. The newer and improved version of the Chupacabra Cantina.
Yes, exactly.
And we'll be back in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew.